Early episode of Twitchy Tuesday. It is Sunday, December 3rd, and we are embarking on a journey of goddess unity. We are diving deep into the new moon in Sagittarius in this episode, and we've got all of these massively profound connections to the divine feminine with this moon that we are going to be exploring along with the messages from the tarot. Got two different decks here. They have already been bringing the messages forward. So I am excited to be here with you today. We're also going to do a Mercury and Venus check-in. I decided for December, every week, we're going to do a little Mercury and Venus check-in. So that will be coming up as well. Make sure to stay tuned for the Twitchy Tip of the Week. That's always at the end of the episode, which will help you navigate the energies that are present this week. So let's start by learning the astrology, staying for the tarot, and we are going to start off with cleaning out the broom closet. And I do have to just say, for those that were with me last week or watching last week, I do apologize for the poor audio quality. It seemed that the microphone was on one of the cameras instead of on the actual microphone. So hopefully this week we are doing much better with that. Okay, cleaning out the broom closet. This week, we've got Venus and Mercury as per the usual, but Venus is really prevalent this week. So let's take a look. On 12/5, we have Venus in Scorpio trining Saturn in Pisces at 1 degree, 22 minutes. So Venus just getting into Scorpio. And then on 12/6 is when, look, Venus just getting into Scorpio, and these three cards want to come out, and then Neptune. Take a look at the cards that wanted to pop. We have the Eight of Swords, the Fool, a brand new journey, and the King of Cups. Neptune stations direct in Pisces, 24 degrees, 53 minutes. Here is Venus on this brand new journey in Scorpio, where she is meeting up to have that kind of moment of reflection, moment of introspection with Saturn in a trine as she's beginning to kind of, again, Venus is in her detriment in Scorpio. So it's this, she's doing big things. She's doing really big things, but it is through this Eight of Swords journey that she has been able to do the big things, which is getting her to the Fool. So the work has paid off. The work has paid off. And then Neptune stationing direct in Pisces, the King of Cups, 24 degrees, 53 minutes. This is kind of that water space. I do have the Thoth Tarot here. I have shuffled it. I have cleansed it. And it is literally going to sit in its deck, and I am pulling off the top as I get called to do so. First card wanting to come out. The Aeon, A-E-O-N. We got 20. I may have to go to the book for this one. Let's see what the Thoth Tarot wants to say. We are right at Neptune stationing direct in Pisces. Let's see. These are the trumps. All right. So this in the Thoth Tarot deck is the Aeon, or the Angel, or the Last Judgment. This card is girt about with the body of Nuit, the star goddess, representing unlimited possibility. She surrounds the globe of fire, her mate Hadit, standing for eternal energy. In the middle sits her child Horus, also a solar deity, who is in the incarnation of the new Aeon. The left hand extended and empty reminds us that the God has destroyed the old universe, but is as yet too young to form its successor. At the bottom of the card appears the Hebrew letter Shin that is attributed to this card. The three yods are occupied by three human figures arising to partake in the essence of the new Aeon. Wow. Well, massive message coming out right away. It's this, I'm getting the imagery, especially with this King of Cups, the Fool, and the Eight of Swords right away, that it's not, there's still a birthing phase happening. The things that we are looking for, the things that we are wanting to do, this Neptune stationing direct in Pisces, this Venus getting into Scorpio. She is going to, on the 7th, trine Vesta. She is going to, on the 9th, oppose Jupiter retrograde in Taurus. She is on the 11th going to sextile Mercury in Capricorn. All of those different pieces, all of these different things, it's birthing. We're not quite there yet. We're not at this finalization yet, but it is happening. You may already be seeing some of the fruits of this labor, this taking that fool's journey, this jumping into that energy. You may, all this work that you've done in this Eight of Swords, all the truths that you've been revealing to yourself, all of the truths that you've been revealing to others, standing in this power center, owning your energy, because this card is all about energy. This card is all about the transmutation of energy and being able to adequately stand in your power and own your energy, own how your energy gets shared with others, how your energy affects others, how it affects you, how you can, like, how do you have nervous system regulation? How do you take care of this ethereal body that you have? All of that is in this presence of this journey of Venus over the last year. What, when it all comes back to it, what's your worth? Well, apparently you're worth an entire universe. It's just going to take a little bit of time to get there. Okay. So Neptune stationing direct in Pisces. Again, this is very ethereal card for that Neptune stationing direct. 12-7, Venus in Scorpio trines Vesta retrograde in Cancer at 3 degrees 15 minutes. The Sun in Sagittarius will trine Chiron retrograde in Aries. That's going to happen at 15 degrees 37 minutes. Mercury in Capricorn will trine Jupiter retrograde in Taurus at 6 degrees 29 minutes. And then on the 9th, so that was all the 7th. Like the 7th has got this like high energy vibe day. On the 9th, Venus in Scorpio will oppose Jupiter retrograde in Taurus at 6 degrees 20 minutes. And they gave me two cards, one from the top of the deck, one from the bottom of the deck. The one at the top of the deck was the Page of Cups in reverse, and they do want it to stay in reverse. And at the bottom of the deck is the 10 of Cups. So Venus in Scorpio opposing Jupiter retrograde in Taurus. Which way are we looking at things? Like, are we making googly eyes at Taurus or at Jupiter? Like, hey, Jupiter, you in my sign, boo. What you doing over there? Are we in, it's almost like I hear this, are we in lack or are we in abundance? And this Venus Scorpio opposing Jupiter retrograde in Taurus, this could call up this opposition on the 9th, especially with the Sun in Sag squaring Juno and Virgo happening on the same day. This could be calling up issues around your worth, your abundance, the ability to create. It's like lack mindset or growth mindset. And you could get triggered on the 9th as this opposition happens, as this square happens. You could get triggered and some old timelines could play out. I'm seeing this up here, this water, as like old timelines. Are you standing in the ick? Are you continuing to allow this? I feel like quicksand here. Like it's, this sand is the only thing that's holding this page on the ceiling. It's the only thing that's holding this page on this card. Otherwise, he would just fall right off. And it's this like stuck behavior, this stagnant, the Scorpio, the stagnicity has got to go. You've got to transmute that around. You've got to be able to turn that into something else. So that's what I'm hearing on the 9th is you could get some triggers. And ultimately, even if you do get triggered, again, that's supposed to happen. You're supposed to be able to grow. And then something happens and you're able to bring yourself out of it or reflect and go, wow, I didn't get crazy when that happened. That's great. I get it now. I get it now. This is wonderful. Celebrate the small wins. So the 9th has got this little bit of triggery energy to it. And then on the 11th, Venus and Scorpio will sextile Mercury and Capricorn at 8 degrees, 18 minutes. And that's where you could end up getting that aha moment where maybe you were that Page of Cups reversed on the 9th. You get through it, you figure it out, and now Mercury's there to go, see, here's your 10 of Cups. See, that's all you had to do. Let's continue to do that. Let's chocolate, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And that rounds out our week for cleaning out the broom closet. So let's head, we get out of here. Let's head to our Mercury and Venus check-in. If you did get to watch last week, again, I know the audio quality wasn't the best. However, there was some really amazing information in there, especially with Venus and Mercury and their December journey. Mercury even more so. I went into January with Mercury because of his retrograde. But we will be doing Page of Pentacles coming out. We're going to be doing a weekly Twitchy Tuesday check-in with both Mercury being the page, and Venus being the pentacle, through the month of December. With the amount of, impregnation, the amount of beautiful, abundant energy. Like, look at this pentacle. It's the way that this card, it's almost like this whole thing is shining on this pentacle, just like illuminating it. And with these energies this month, we want to make sure that we are maximizing our effort to get our highest reward. High effort equals high reward still for this month. So Venus has a very busy week. She has a trine to Saturn, a trine to Vesta in retrograde, an opposition to Jupiter in retrograde, and they want me to pull another Thoth card. Next one up, the Hanged Man. As we're talking about Mercury and Venus, this is a beautiful depiction of the Hanged Man. I love the snake at the bottom. I love the snake and the symbolism of everything. So 2 snakes on here, very prevalent energy, might be a spirit message for somebody. And so with this, this card very much so is aligning to me with Mercury and Capricorn right now, building and presenting the how. Presenting how Mercury is going to go through this month, presenting how Mercury is going to be able to support this retrograde and how you're going to be able to maximize the retrograde in your highest and best way possible. Because Mercury has his first of 3 meetups with Jupiter, who is currently in retrograde at this current meetup. So this is now the first of 3. Both meet up with each other right before the 12/12 new moon, which we are going to be talking about today after we get through this Mercury and Venus wrap up. The new moon has a bunch of goddess, masculine and feminine goddess energy to it. And that will happen in a sextile at 8 degrees, 18 minutes. We talked about the synchronicity in numbers, the snakes, the balance of everything. And the energy will be present in that moon. And then Mercury is going to station retrograde right after that moon on the 13th. Meaning this moon, he becomes the Hanged Man. He absolutely slows all the way down for this moon. And Venus, in all of her ethereal wisdom, they want me to get one more. The moon. No wonder they wanted me to get one more. Venus very present within the moon. Venus will be conjunct Pallas Athena on the 13th in Scorpio. So here we have this dance where Venus has this really busy week. Hold on, they want me to kind of separate some of these out. Give me just a second. Okay, so Venus has this kind of really busy week this week with some trines, with this opposition. Mercury then comes in and is like, all right, I'm going to be slowing down. I'm going to be really integrating all of these pieces of myself so that way I can begin to shed. Here's where the snakes come in. I can begin to shed what I need to shed during this retrograde to come out. This is why this one came out first, to come out in the most amazing transformative process to where now we're not just not ready. We are ready and we are moving then as we get into the next year. This whole process with Mercury and Venus, like it really is like this horseshoe here. We're starting off, we've got to build, and then we get to come down and ride that wave into the next year. So there is a buildup of energy to this mid-December point. And it really reminded me of the song as I was kind of sitting down to think through this. It very much reminded me of the song Sweet Disposition by Temper Trap and its lyrics. There's one phrase in particular in this song that says, won't stop to surrender, won't stop till it's over. Total goosebumps right now. So we have all the pieces in place to support us. Look, Venus and Mercury are here. They're ready to go. Everything is in line for us to go. Everything's in line. We've got all the things that we need to support us. We're not going to surrender our vision, the Page of Pentacles. We are not going to surrender our values in any capacity. We are not going to surrender our goals in any way, shape, or form. We are going to get to the end of this line where all of the high reward and high effort can be found. All of the high reward after all of our high effort can be found. That's probably a much better way to say that. That's it. And we're not going to surrender. We won't stop till it's over. So if you've never heard that song, highly recommend Sweet Disposition by Temper Trap. Taking a look at the lyrics there. And if you do want more on Mercury's full retrograde journey from now till the end of January 2024, woo, Two of Cups flying out. Check out episode 40 called Diving into the Cosmic Depths, where we go over that in full. That is up on my YouTube channel. Now, again, bear with the poor sound quality. It's fine. It will get you all the information that you need. It is there. It is out in the universe. Okay. Two of Cups. Any messages here? No. Look, won't stop to surrender, won't stop till it's over. I just keep hearing the song. Okay. Let's put those back before we get into, I want these up here. Before we get into this new moon in Sagittarius, goddess unity was the term that I heard for this moon. So we'll go over the entirety of this new moon in Sagittarius, why I'm thinking of this as a goddess unity moon. What does that all mean? And then from there, we will get into the Twitchy Tip of the week and boom, Twitchy Tuesday's done. An early version of Twitchy Tuesday's done. Okay, new moon in Sag. Let me pull this up on the stream. Let me get myself in order here. What colors? Let's see. Where am I starting with first? We're going to start with some goddess stuff. Look, I got some purple nails on, so we're going to We're going to do some purple nails here. We're going to do some extra purple here. Feeling the goddess purple, like, yeah, just I'm feeling the vibes right now. All right, this is your new moon in Sagittarius. I'm just going to scroll up real quick so you can see this new moon will be exact December 12th, 2023 at 5:32 p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure that you adjust for your time zone. And when I sat down with this moon and all the things that you see here, which I'll go through and kind of work through as I'm talking about this, when it really came to this moon, why goddess unity? Where does that even show up from? And the reason why I put it this way is because there's a goddess, let me put it that way. There is a goddess in 3 of the 4 mutable signs. So this is a mutable moon, first of all. It is in the sign of Sagittarius, which can be found right here. This is the glyph for Sag. And in the mutable signs, there are goddesses. So first one is Ceres, which is right here in Sagittarius. We have Virgo as well. This is the glyph for Virgo down here. And you can see in Virgo, we have Black Moon Lilith. We also have Juno. So those are the 2 goddesses in Virgo. Then we want to come up to, where's Pisces? There's Pisces. So this is the glyph for Pisces right here. And here is Neptune in Pisces, now direct for this moon. And then while Gemini is the next mutable, again, 3 out of the 4 mutable signs, what you will see down here, this is Vesta. And Vesta is in the sign of Cancer. However, she is at 1 degree of Cancer retrograde. So she has been in Gemini. She has been working in Gemini, transited into Cancer, and is kind of working in these realms. So she is very close to our last mutable sign of Gemini. Additionally, another goddess that I'd like to bring your attention to, not in a mutable sign, however, are the 2 goddesses down here in the sign of Scorpio, which this is Venus. Venus right here. And she is conjunct Pallas Athena right here. So these are our focal points right now when we talk about the goddesses and why this moon is such aligned with goddess unity. So if you look at this and where everything is placed, I'm going to switch over here. You will see that this configuration really caught my eye as a cross. And when we talk about crosses as symbolism, if you go from the top to the bottom, mind my lines, thank you very much. If you go from the top to the bottom, this is how we connect to the ethereal with Neptune, Black Moon Lilith, and Juno here. How we connect up and down to the ancestral realm, to the underworld, and above to the ether, to our higher consciousness, to God's source, whatever that is that you work with and believe in. Then when we go side to side, so here's where the other goddesses come in from, we are working in the earthly plane. This is how we live. So a cross from a symbolic standpoint is the connection between how we live on earth and how we connect on high. And when we have this accumulation, when we allow the on high, this connection to the earthly realm, the connection to something higher than ourselves to permeate our earthly existence, it supports us in moving forward in our destiny path. So we're going from one end in this new moon, which this is the sun and moon here, and we will get to that. we're going from one end with this new moon being at that back end, truly activating and allowing the darkness to activate the next steps forward as we begin to go, whoa, 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 ooh, fun pink, as we begin to go forward on our earthly trajectory. And in Ifa, we say, Aye Loja Orumile. And that means that earth is the marketplace and heaven is our home. And all we're doing is walking around the marketplace, working on our character, working to be in good character, working to get the experiences that we came here with, that we wanted us to have on this earthly plane. But it is truly on high that is our home. So that's where this goddess unity and this understanding, that this reminder that the feminine is so present in this moon and is so present at this time. And so the goddess unity moon was another really great reminder to me, as I was sitting with it, that the feminine is a protector. It's one of the core traits that masculine and feminine energy share: protection. They do it in very, very different ways. The masculine, associated with the fire and earth, protects the ability to live on this earthly plane, protects the home, the physical body, the structures of life. Where the feminine, associated with water and air, protects the things that keep the structures of life alive. Our organs, our womb, our connection to the ether. She protects the next generation, the secrets. These are all areas that the goddesses, all of these that are circled here in purple, are helping us work to align, work to connect. And this moon was very striking in how it showed the embodiment of masculine and feminine working together. You see all the feminine here. We'll begin. Let me get this read out here to begin to look at the masculine aspects, but working together to protect what is precious, to protect what is theirs, to protect the very foundation of the reality that is you, what you are living in right now. I mean, look at even the cards from the Thoth Tarot that came out up front, right? It was masculine, the Hanged Man, the moon, the feminine, the goddess, and in the middle, the combining of the two to create the new universe. That's it. That's what this moon has available, is this deeper understanding, this deeper pocket of, you have worked so hard to achieve, and like all of your dreams, all of the work that you've put in, this is what your future self wants for yourself, right? Like, this is what you're gearing towards. This is what you're working towards. This is what you're like, you know what? I want to be 10 years from now in my future self going, you know what? 10 years ago, Maloney was a badass. She was a badass. She got me here. Cheers to you. That's what can open up during this moon. We even really see that in the very nature of this new moon. So here is the new moon. We've got, let me first actually, because the moon is a goddess, so we're going to put her in purple. And then let's start to talk about these masculine aspects. So here is the sun and the moon. They are whoop, 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 conjunct for this new moon at 20 degrees, 40 minutes of Sagittarius. I did on YouTube, and on X, you can find the Sabian symbol for that. Very interesting Sabian symbol, all about the wisdom. Loved it. That is already up and live. So the sun and the moon work in tandem every new moon. This is not just for this moon, but they work in tandem to set forth, here we go again, the new intentions for this next cycle, protecting that intention so it can become reality, that masculine, the dream of the moon and protection of that dream in that masculine. It is this new moon that we have these masculine influences of, here is Mars at 13 degrees. So a little outside of the orb that I like to work with, however, very present still, still within the same sign group. It is within the orb in this connection with Sirius. So absolutely still present. You have Jupiter up here in still retrograde in the sign of Taurus. And you have Chiron right here, retrograde at 15 degrees of Aries, plus Sagittarius is a fire sign, also masculine. And, you know, we don't want to forget, we've got Mercury and Pluto and Saturn and Uranus still having configurations and talks, still a very prominent, they're not the prominent energies, but everything is really working to move you forward during this moon. So I'm going to stop sharing now and head back here. So I wanted to talk real quick about the image that I got with this moon and why it was really profound when looking at this masculine and the feminine. Again, I'm just going back to these. I don't even think we need other cards than this, than the Thoth Tarot already brought out. I mean, it's the combination of these two that brings us here, brings us to this center. Okay, so the image that I got was this box, essentially. It was a living space. Like it was, it reminded me of like a studio apartment, but sunk into water. So if you can imagine like water surrounding all four sides of this box, the water can't spill in and can't come over, but sunk in to this square, sunk into this square shape is walls and a home that you live in. Again, it's like a studio apartment. All the things that you need are within this square structure. The water's outside. It's doing what it needs to do. It's surrounding you on all four sides. You are safe and secure in this box, but you're also surrounded by the nature of water. And it provided, when I was getting this image, the feeling of isolation was like the most overwhelming, wonderful feeling that just permeated through my being. It is a sacred space. These four walls surrounded by this water, it's this isolated sacred space. It's that strong core knowing that there is support and protection in the structure. The walls are not going to give. The water is not going to come in and like just take everything over. In fact, the water is a protection and a barrier in its own right for this sacred space. You know, you think about it, not many people want to come to a place like that. All that they have to go through to get to a place like that. Like as you know, close your eyes and sit with this imagery, is that even something that excites you? Is that even something that you're like, man, I could totally see myself there? You know, and not many people, that might not be for everybody. And that's great. That's even better because that makes it even more just for you. It's hard to make that journey, so people aren't even going to try. Perfect. This needs to be my space and people that I let into my space. And that's it. There was also this feeling of stagnation, which I got from that Scorpio energy with Venus right there in Pallas Athena, but it wasn't the like swampy stagnation where there's like illness or sickness in stagnation. It was the sense that everything was calm. No matter what's happening on the outside of this box with the water, inside is a place of stillness. It's a place where you're able to be. It's a place where you're able to integrate. It's a place where you're able to settle. It was this feeling like my nervous system, as I was going through this visualization, just calmed all the way over. Like it just calmed all the way down, settled. And it is this beautiful space that you get to have. It could be a meditation space for you. It could be a space that you can go to as the chaos of the outside of this holiday season, of Sagittarius season, of your placements with your natal transits, your Saturn return gets going again. You know, it's this space. And what this moon is allowing for is the creation of said space to where you can go and feel that wonderful sense of just being, becoming that observer, becoming that ability, becoming the aeon, becoming the mixture of the masculine and the feminine. So the square structure I really saw as the masculine presence, the Mars, the Mercury, the Jupiter, and the Chiron. While the water, I definitely saw as like Venus, Pallas Athena, Neptune, and Vesta. And the rest of what you just saw in the transit chart is you. It's you on that journey. It's you feeling into it. It's you creating it. It's you moving from this side forward, right? It's you moving through all of that. It's your nervous system relaxation. It's the ability to breathe, the ability to feel, the ability to have some of the weight come off of your shoulders. Letting that whatever needs to go so new can be birthed again. It's the ability to let down your guard, even if it's only for just this moon. I hope whether you saw that image or as I was going through that, another image got brought up. That is that feminine aspect speaking to you. Now that masculine can come in and take that, know, and help you. Okay, decision made. I'm going to go do a meditation on this once a week, or I'm going to go and put that on my mat. I'm going to go into yoga and see and feel into that. So the other thing that I wanted to bring in about this moon before we close today out was this moon occurs on 12/12. That is a portal day. We love when moons align with portal days. 12/12 portal activated with this new moon, with the goddesses present. I mean, hello. So I was called to look up the angel number for 12/12, and I used angelnumber.org, and here is what I found. Now, again, there's plenty of different resources for angel numbers. 12/12 portal day, felt it was relevant. So if you have a different space that you use, drop it in the comments so that way we can all kind of partake and look and see what messages might be there for us. So confidence, unity, virtue, purity, and love is all associated with 12/12. The messages were: be focused on your destiny path, the highest expression of your goals, and align your expectations accordingly. You have support and help. Your angels want you to know that they want you to succeed. They want you to live out this timeline. Be mindful of your thoughts, because your thoughts create your reality. And your thoughts right now are influencing many, many things in your life. And to quote angelnumbers.org, many things in your life will depend on them. So for this moon, Again, be focused. It is still high effort, high reward. And being focused can be that internal meditative state of feeling that safety and that creation space inside of you to help bring and balance out all the things you need to begin to get all of this amazingness brought forward. Okay, that is going to take us to the end of Twitchy Tuesday. Before we get into the Twitchy Tip of the week, though, I'd like to invite you to explore more of what Habitual Sages has to offer. If you are finding value in our cosmic journey, consider giving us a high five by hitting that like button, subscribing to our channel, and checking out some of our other videos. Super active on X. I love that platform. And I do put exclusive content on there. So please go and follow there as well. And while you are at it, you can check out December's All Signs Tarot reading. It is chaptered, so that way you can go straight to the sign that you align with most and get all the details and guidance for this entire month of December. And if you will, let me go here. Oop, there we go. You can join our thriving community by subscribing right here at www.habitualsages.com. Become part of our Sage Circle and join in the mission to help 1 million people heal, thrive, and grow. We are working on our next season of growth and expansion, which are going to include 2 classes coming soon, trainings, and other exclusive content. Being part of the Sage Circle will allow you to be the first to know before anybody else when we have new offerings. We have a big announcement coming. It is going to be dropping on Capricorn season, which our Sage Circle will be the first to know about a few days before. So dropping live for everyone at the start of Capricorn season, getting that exclusive content ahead of time for being part of the Sage Circle. Subscribe now at www.habitualsages.com. All right. Twitchy tip of the week. I got 2 of them for you all this week. So first off, with Mercury retrograde, Mercury is not retrograde yet, remember the 13th, but getting prepared for Mercury retrograde this week, it is wonderful to prepare for the delay. Inevitably, there will be delays that will happen, technology, travel, whatever that looks like. Delays will happen during Mercury retrograde. It is what it is. Because it is what it is, we can get prepared for that. There's tech goofs, email snafus, post issues. There's just all kinds of techie things. Your phone doesn't work. An update isn't going through, etc. People come back from the past during Mercury retrogrades, whether that's to close off a loop, whether to see if that loop and connection is still open, up to you. And I say this so you can begin to prepare and expect those things, especially with a lot of us traveling during this season, to temper your frustration. Take ownership of your energy and don't project that on everyone else. Look, if you're at Dallas Love Field and the flights are delayed by 8 hours, look, there's a Chili's bar in there. Come find your girl, because that's typically where I am, like sipping on some bullet and just enjoying life, not letting everybody else like get in my way, because that's their energy. If that's how they want to expense their energy, they don't want to own their own energy and take ownership of it, that's fine. That does not need to be how I show up in this world. So know all of those things. The last twitchy tip of this week that I have is actually a question that I'd love y'all to ponder on. And this is a beautiful question for Mercury retrograde. It's a beautiful question for Sagittarius season. It also aligns with our next 2 moons that we have in December. How would you get back to your hotel that is across town if you were in another country where you didn't speak or read the language, your phone was dead, so you can't use Google Translate, and you can only ride the subway? How would you get back? Take yourself through that exercise. Envision, put yourself there, visualize, and walk yourself all the way through those steps. What comes up? Journal about that. Why? What feelings did you feel? And all of those things, there might be a little nugget in there for you. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me on this special episode. I will see y'all, let's see, not this coming Tuesday. I will see you all on the 12th for the next Twitchy Tuesday episode. Bye.